So yeah, we're just going to sit back and start to rebuild our province here, and let's see if we have any space for soldiers here. We are at barrack space at 80%, 89%. So we'll go down to barrack space to give us a full set of 88 there. The crazy good old 88. We increase my territorial gain. And 106, 206, 126 explore. Close my Facebook up there because I don't need you guys to see who I am and where I live, just in case you get mad at me for what's about to happen next. Check out my missiles. I think I put myself down for some missiles, but I can't remember if I did or not. Having an Alzheimer's moment here, a senior moment here. Well, I'm getting to that age. 20 more years of this, and then I will be in my senior age. Okay. Research is there. No news. No one's there to hitting me. Told you. Someone told me that you got a yoga. You gotta do something, I guess. You gotta. So we'll go to 1-4. One kept king to 1-4 here. They've been telling us to hit a player called Hidden Name. So let's set Hidden Name on fire here and have some fun with this player here. 1 home. 1, 2 homes, 3 homes, 4 homes, 5 homes, 6 homes, 7 homes, 8 homes, 9 homes, 10. So we destroyed 10 homes. This me just told you being a total shit cunt here. We're going to read messages here, and we'll go to Discord channel. And it looks like much to the delight of player. Much to the delight of Chael. So much to the delight of Crackabit here. We assigned him with the target of 1-4. A player called Hidden Name. It appears that Crackabit hit Hidden Name 4 times here. Let's check my messages here. Okay, nothing's coming to my messages here. So it looks like Crackabit has hit this player here, and then he said, I attacked him twice because he was an absolute twat. Oh, what's he done? Hey, hit him again for laughs. When your forces come back, hee. He's a very emotional character who started calling me names. Oh, this is interesting. The target that my team wanted to destroy was one of your enemies. Oh la la, this is Greifing. So he hit him 3 times already, huh? And then I called him names, just add insult to injury. Well, he was supposed to be in my alliance, but that alliance doesn't exist anymore now. Darius is gone, so he's an enemy to me now. Yeah, I messaged him. I messaged him. No, messaged him that I had you do this to him as part of my new griefing style. Bah ha 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 ha. And that you're innocent. Ha ha ha. I already told him. That's why. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I already told him. That's why he flipped out. Oh, how did he respond? I love you, man. Thank you for helping me. Tried to reason with him. I tried to reason with him. He just kept on responding with easy, unnecessary aggravation. So I hit him twice more. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. So you have a transcript of his response? Oh, it's not that interesting. He just called me a rat or retarded, so I can't be bothered with that. Ah, I'm bored. Want to pick my next target? So it looks like Cracklebit is looking for another target to attack. So Cracklebit, you're now part of my Facebook channel or my YouTube videos. Um, Wait on. Ha 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 ha. Cracklebit attacked hidden dude at 1-4. Like we wanted to. Hidden name. Call them a retarded rat. Ha 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 ha. And he shimped out after told him who sent him. There. And this is fun. A new form of griefing. Gaga. Gaga 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 gaga. Gaga 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 gaga. I'm bored. Okay. I'll ask around. Hee 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 hee. I'm so saucy. And that's being recorded. Well, I was supposed to apply for some kind of special program or special project or special competition. They said it's supposed to be closed at 12 today, the 13th at 12, but the event is sold out or is closed. And I guess they took in as many students as they can, and then as many students as they wanted in the competition. And it was supposed to be how to increase mental health awareness on campus. And I'm in a project too. I was in a project group. A simulated a simulated campaign where we're supposed to come up with again mental health issues or any kind of issues, any kind of ailment that's affecting our city, and we're supposed to bring awareness to it, an awareness campaign. Through it has to do something to relapse. So in this case, it's to prevent men's mental health relapse. The idea is to go into the idea. Everybody, we're not immortal, um, because we are our telomeres age and our cells age, and we turn into vacuum dust or mummified dust, vacuum dust, or dust mite shit if you want to call it. Call it dust mite pellets. That's what you're breathing in. We're actually breathing in years and years worth of ourselves in this house. You open up the window and air goes in, air goes out. But then you bring in cosmic dust, asteroids and ashes and dog poop. So what happens is that what was it? What happens is that the idea is to go into remission. That we go into a period of normality after practicing good health or practicing mental hygiene, physical hygiene, lifestyle hygiene, or whatnot. And of course, I mean, if being an alcoholic, for example, if alcoholic here, an alcoholic booze head, if it works for him, then it works for him, right, or her. And like I said, if you find it problematic, then make the necessary adjustments to reduce that particular load. I myself used to be a smoker, but then I get really bad asthma, which makes living in a dusty house really suck. But I am a pothead. So he's an alcoholic. I'm a pothead, so I can't really one drug and another. I find that I can't really smoke the pot anymore because I have to chew it. That sucks. Which brings the important issue of if you gotta chew it, then you gotta green out a lot. If you don't control the THC content, you gotta green out a lot. That's what I'm finding. Or get really, really gooey. Instead, you want to be gooey. You want to be gooey on your own sofa. You want to be all gonged out on your own sofa, gooned out on your own sofa, somewhere safe, or in the park. So anyhow, so that's what this is. We're trying to prevent men from relapsing into mental health problems that may be self-medicated through copious alcohol or smokes, or in my case, food. So in this case, we want to try and increase men's awareness that they can have access to different services or help within the community. And I have, because some of my classmates are from that liminal lifestyle of between not affluent but well off to really rock bottom, because of well, my particular classmate, he fought MMA, and he got wanged in the head a couple times too hard, and endured a lot of pain, and got hooked on painkillers and other kinds of self-medication. And so this is very dear to him because he's trying to recover his family. He's trying to rebuild solidity in his family, and it's working too. He's a very studious student in this program. He's way better than I am. Like, I mean, there's a lot of these students. They have a lot of heart in it, and in my case, because I am remissive cuckoo, as you can tell from my rather unorthodox style of gameplay, I'm very, very cuckoo, and so hopefully we're gonna try and make this go beyond the assignment and go into the reality. So they were contacting different organizations to see if they would like to pick up this awareness project. And I'd like to be part of that too. That would be a very interesting summer proposition while I'm working in the summertime job, and it'll be a very busy summer, not a restful summer like I hope. But hey, being a social service worker is not restful. In fact, I'm studying how to become. I'm not even a master's student yet or anything, but I'm studying management of human service programs, and I guess in this case we are able to learn how to create. We're learning how to create administer and create a initiative. In this case, we're actually practicing what we're learning. This summer, we're going to try and practice to get this simulated campaign online, like actually out there. And so I told them to apply to this this campus project, and they didn't. I mean, they didn't. Well, it closed up. So I'm gonna see if we can access this on campus too. Tell them to use counseling. Tell them to use mental health. Because if you can talk about it, I know it seems like a big waste of time spending 20 minutes of studying, but it does allow you sort out all this not as confusion, but sort out the logarithm. The logarithm is basically your logic plan of from point A to point B of doing the different steps of doing things in our life. Like, for example, washing clothes, flip up or the washer machine, dump in all our smelly clothes, dump in the soap, biodegradable soap, and then turn it on to low. I turn it on to low. I mean, my mom turns it on to high or medium, but I turn it on to low, and I turn on to low, medium water. I don't know. I grew up in the '90s where they really crammed this into our heads. Unfortunately, you have to maintain things. You can't just learn things once. You have to occasionally get refresher courses or get refresher propaganda, especially in the case of body hygiene, health hygiene. You have a period of being a gym cell, and I'm gonna be gym selling a lot. I need to take care of my health. I need to start building up good immune system. Otherwise, I'll be coughing out. Especially when I get into the real field, I'll be coughing out a lot. Because you're in an old 1970s office wearing some 1970s tweed. I'm in social work, so that's gonna be my look. I'm gonna be one of them professor looking types with the bow tie and the elbow patches and the brown corduroys, and yeah, that'll be cool. Suspenders, that'll be like Larry King suspenders. That'd be cool. I'll be like working at the UFC psychiatric ward trying to get people not to jump. Uh, and that's just, okay. A lot of times that's a band-aid solution too. That's band-aid. But eventually you gotta pour the booze head alcohol onto your wound, scream in pain, let it go, and and disinfect it. And then your flesh, when your flesh is clean, it grows back very quickly, in a matter of days actually. Like, for example, I have a splinter here from somewhere. I think I was rolling some sage, or I got a splinter here and it's starting to pop up. So I'm gonna eventually have to pop that sucker. And don't pop splinters. Just let them see what happens as they grow up there. Just keep it clean, well clean, and then when it's ready to pop up, just rub your fingers together and you rub the dead shit off, and the shit becomes dust, essentially. So so let us go in here and respond to and respond to let's see, Krakobit. Krakobit's mentioned here. So yeah, that's just me and my site. That's just me and my. I was going to just make a series called Wiki Woo Goes to School, but I think it's just better for me to just babble on when I'm babble on here when I'm just playing this game, and just that's one of my things too. Is I don't have a car, so I can't do the whole drive on the freeway, clear your head kind of thing with the open window at night. Actually, that's the wonderful. Oh, the at nighttime when the air is clean, when all the knocks and all the ozones have all fluttered away to heaven, uh, fluttered away into the atmosphere, in that huge toxic soup that we call the sky, um, and it rains down onto our real soup, the waterways. That's a different story altogether. Actually, the environment is actually cleaning itself. Here's how the ozone. For example, here's how the ozone cleans itself. Because of the Montreal protocols, we've pretty much canceled chlorinated liquids such as freon and whatnot, and hydrochlorocarbons or fluoride too, especially whatever breaks up the oxygen molecules. Um, what happens is whatever's still in the system, it will still be around for us. It'll still be in the system for another 90 years or so. It floats up to the sky, and and if my memory serves me correctly, it touches the UV rays somehow, and somehow that causes the chemical reaction to break up the trioxygenated shields that are like 3 parts oxygen, and we can if you breathe that in, our lungs will fry. So it's up there in the sky. So there's a super air oxygen shield of trioxide, but this gets broken down very easily. So you have this disembodied oxygen floating around, and that breaks up the ozone layer and lots of toxic shit. So eventually, what happens is because we stop shooting this up into the air. We stop shooting chlorofluorinated gases into the air. This allows a bunch of other chemical reactions, such as chlorinated, like somehow the extra molecules will globulate onto other disembodied molecules up there, and it'll pull it down. It becomes heavier and gets sucked into the clouds, and then somehow the clouds flush it out through rain. This happens during springtime, during the springtime over the South Pole and a bit of the North Pole too, and it basically just flushes itself out, right? And we have a lot of rain, so a lot of oxygen, a lot of rain, and then the oxygen molecules are free to globulate back together again, building the shield. Building the shield. So yeah, like I said, what was I saying again? Toxic soup, oxygen. Yeah. So this is some stuff you learn in school, and I'm briefing all that in. So anyway, this whole toxic. I don't know. I didn't get much sleep last night. I did get good sleep last night, but I didn't get quality sleep or much sleep. So quantity, sometimes the quantity over quality thing. So yeah. So this is what we've been talking about on. I wouldn't mind actually taking another few environmental courses over at the USC. Just how to be a good environmental citizen. There's nothing wrong with living in this toxic world, or not toxic world, but the high tech world. This scheme is high tech. But we can use this. We can engineer things that are very very user friendly, and we are doing that. So that's what I've been doing, learning how to manage your tax dollars, your donations monies to make sure these programs work. Because the thing is, there's nothing more worse than just throwing a bunch of money into a social program that does nothing. That doesn't address. So we have to always ask. They're using a more feministic. From what I read from yesterday's text or nighttime study, they're using a more feministic approach. The again, a lot of times the world is very masculine. The world is very alpha male, and so therefore it's very hierarchical system. Because we are back, we were used to living in the age of kings and queens but now you're living in the age of empowerment. Many marginalized groups have their voice now, because of social reforms. In fact, the so-called alcoholics and addicts and whatnot, they were changing the language to refer to them as a SUD, substance use disorder, instead of addictions, because addictions has a negative connotation to it, saying, "Oh, you're weak. You're back in AA. You're a sinner." This is back in the 1930s when especially here in Alberta, where religious really ruled, and they didn't really have an understanding. Everyone was scared. Everyone was scared of rampant alcoholism. Like I said, again to booze head here, alcohol here. It's nothing wrong with your lifestyle. Nothing wrong with your lifestyle unless people get hurt. But you're not so in this case you're not getting hurt. Your spouse, your girlfriends, your kids not getting hurt, and that's perfectly okay. You're a functional alcoholic. A lot of times people weren't so lucky. And then they have to come up with Dr. Bill and Bill W and Dr. Phil, or Dr. Bill, I think it was, and I think it was Bill W and some guy called Dr. Bob, and these were actual people. These are actual people. Dr. Bob was a code name, but that's actually his title and his name. and Bill W. The two founders. They were part of a really hardcore uh, abstinence-based temperance movement. And as a social worker, I don't think that to win this whole war on drugs or whatever, I think I think they should legalize drugs. Do what the Portuguese did. Legalize drugs, but really tax taxation drugs. Like make it very taxable and controllable too. So we have so there's no in fact, former gangsters should be able to just pop in their billions of dollars into heroin factories. But the thing is, with controlled heroin that's not adulterated or not toxic and not scaggy, and clean needles, then this will really control a huge vector of disease and death and despair, and and make a little taxing out of it. But then the thing is, these tax dollars, see what Health Canada did was Health Canada took a lot of taxes and smokes, but reinvested that into a lot of quitting programs and of course cancer. You mean cancer research and stuff. There'll always be smokers, but there's less smokers in Canada, and the number is going way down too. Um, I'm seeing people smoke less 20 years ago than when I first. I was a smoker too, so and now I'm a pot smoker. So like I said, we legalize drugs and legalize substances and gambling and stuff, but really pimp out the treatment phase, and because it's not working. You cannot control people's vices like that. People always looking for the forbidden fruit and stuff, and like I mean, now that they legalize pot, I do smoke pot. I do eat gummies and stuff, but not as much as I did when it was illegal, when I was a bad boy kind of thing, and just that effect too. And also all these different little effects are all testable and there's lots of research to behind it, mostly from the states. We try to find research that's relevant to Canada, but okay. So I'm gonna read chapter 5 of this and chapter 11 of that, and then do this paper, do that paper. There's less toxic shit too. So my lungs are actually starting to get cleaned up. I mean, there's a huge intervals between me coughing and huge intervals between me being me coughing and the severity of coughing. So like when I first wake up, my lungs are clear, and then I eat a little bit of food, and then it gets all gooey again. I don't know. Maybe it's the crap I'm eating. Who knows? Tactical fighters. That's a lot of tactical fighters. Laser dragoons. Okay. So we're gonna see about the building my forces up here. Thanks to you. I could figure out if what hidden dude is, what his powers are. Let's see. Spy on military, tactical fighters, laser dragoons. Oh, he doesn't have much forces. Tactical fighters, laser dragoons. Laser dragoons are defenses, I think. I won't tease him yet because that might provoke him, and I'm not in a state of readiness to defend myself against him yet. I'm still training up my force, my teammates here. So yeah. Speaking of teammates, I have two of my teams are very functional. That one team is not functional. I don't want to say just anything disparaging against the transsexual community, but that's like a tranny. I can assume that he's a brony, judging by his attire, his My Little Pony's attire, and he doesn't want to work. I don't care. I don't care what kind of lifestyle you choose, which is perfectly normal. This is Canada. Be who you want to be, but if you're gonna sign up to be a student, then be a student. You know, don't hold the rest of the team down. And two players. One is the very one is making excuses why he can't. I don't know, somehow they're not showing up to the group chats and that our teachers have set up. You know, teachers have set up a posting system where you can post communications with each other, and we eventually have to meet up. So we eventually have to meet up and write some kind of wacky paper. Once the paper's done, then it's fuck off to this class. And I'm going to be working in the summertime with that one group that I like working with. I can't really post my Facebook right now because that'll just out many of these classmates out, and I don't think I have that authority to unfold to I have the authority to protect their ID, so and my own ID as well. Someone told me that. Okay, well, my kingdom's the best, and well, for a team killer, anyways. Okay, we're coming down to our 30-minute mark, so it's been fun with you guys. I'll be this is perhaps video. This is video log. This is game 6 or something. So this is game 6. I'll be posting them up later on this afternoon. So, or perhaps I'll post them up now, and then after I post it up, I'll take them off this laptop and put them into the archives. So this is Gogogen WikiWoo signing off. It's been fun, and let's say I just show you what I just supposed to see. I'll just post to let you guys know just who. Oh wait, crack a bit here. It's a posting of um. So once again, Crackerbit, thanks for the assistance. Most appreciated. Here you go. This one here. Oh, gee, having me on your team is funny, yeah. Uh, Retarded rat and Kraken's attacking us for a new kingdom, new target, new mentions. Um, but yeah, here's a funny thing too. Well, as long as Cracklepit's having fun on my account and on our account, and it's all funny. Uh, you're right. Think it's funny. What twat waffle? Against enemies. Okay, so playing the game legitimately, too legit to quit kind of thing. Yeah, too legit to quit. We got a bunch of laser troopers coming online. Um, that should even out my army of death, and then I'll just continue to specialize in super armies and super nukes and stuff. I think I bought a bunch of nukes, though, did I not? I wish there's a little thing here that says that you're building up nukes and stuff. Because if I hit build again, it'll say I'll probably take it in, but I'll probably take it in. But it's already been it's already been made, so I've already been charged for it. So hidden name is gonna be out very soon. Then we'll continue to team kill these guys here. 1, 2, 3. I can kill low kill savage. I'll kill this player off right away. As soon as he comes on, I'll kill him off. As soon as he comes on, I'll kill him off, and it'll be fun. And it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, okay. Let's kill off hidden name and kill off Roxette and was this very nothing too violent coughing there. So here's something I'm donating money to as well. I'm donating. I just got I like to donate money to charities. Although I don't have Huntington disease, I don't. I don't think I'm genetically predispositioned to that, but a lot of people are, and who knows? Maybe I might reincarnate into someone who has it. So if we don't work on the diseases now, the problems of tomorrow today, then we'll have those problems tomorrow. So I guess that's why I'm in social work too. Is that although I'm not going to benefit from it, others may benefit from it. And of course, I strongly believe in reincarnation. So if I can reincarnate into a better world, it'll be less shitty for all of us, right? So, anyways, this Assistance Magazine, the scientist here is trying to try out some new drugs to kind of reduce um, Huntington disease, and a lot of times the medication can't even penetrate the brain because it's a brain blood barrier. Some drugs and some alcohol, especially, are very nefarious of how very sinister, very clever of how to get into it. They hitchhike onto a red blood cell. The red blood cell gets sucked into the brain, and then they go their merry ways. They border jump across the customs that way. So So inject the drug into a patient's vein. It's a lot better than into the spine or into the spine. The idea is to try to get these new drugs into the the CNS fluid, the cerebral spinal fluid, brain juices. It's like this oil in the brain. It's a kind of oily fluid in the brain that contains a bunch of nutrients and stuff, and salt and nutrients and sugars that get filtered out. Sugar and oxygen and other key molecules can pass through just about anything else. No, water especially to keep the brain nice and juicy. The water doesn't go into the brain. This fluid does though, and the fluid just nurtures the brain, keeps it all moist and lubricated. It's a WD-40, if you will. And it says here that that a lot of times there's some kind of protein, some kind of cells in the brain that aren't turned on, that are like janitor cells that get full of crap, of dead brain cells and crap. Or recycles it too. The body will try to recycle as much as it can of materials before it's wasted into shit and piss, and it'll kind of regenerate as much as possible. But sometimes, as with everything in this world, everything will fall apart and fade, and then you replace it with new ones. That's the ideal. We haven't reached that stage yet, but we will. But a lot of times the old stuff too gets just flushed away. Gets flushed away through your kidneys. Gets flushed away, coughed out into this mucoid flake or pus-like fluids that we put out towards our kidneys. Flush out through our kidneys and our poop chute, our anals and whatnot, and. So in this case, these cells, that's a lot of times is white blood cells too. The white blood cells with kamikaze will go up. Okay, pretend this brain is a germ, and the white blood cells will go up and go. They gotta suck into it, and then it's like a glue ball, and the glue ball goes into our lymphatic nodes. Then we cough it out, or it gets removed out. If we're active, and I'm not active, so. So hopefully this new drug he's creating, the Roche RG6042, and the Wave Life Science WVLE 120101101 can become somewhat of a fluid until we can figure out how to the CRISPR technology to figure out just how to remove genetic impurities. No, I won't say that. That's not errors. No. Anomalies. I don't want to say impurities because it makes me sound like I'm a Nazi or something. Saying that, oh, this person does this. I mean, I have an impurity. I'm cuckoo. So hopefully these will buy us some time to prevent the process. So far, most of our medications can only alleviate the symptoms of a particular illness. Parkinson's, for example, Parkinson's is a bit different. Parkinson's, we figure out this dopamine imbalance, and then we try to balance up the dopamine. Until we can figure out what goes on in there. Once we regain control of this, then we can regain control of this. Okay, we're coming to an end, so I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching my show. We're gonna be right back.